Leo, what's up, and welcome to your weekly reading. I hope you're all having a beautiful day. Let's see what you need to know for this week ahead, what you can expect for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus placements. Show me clearly what is going on with my beautiful Leos. I'll be Eclipse week. We have a lunar eclipse in Pisces coming up on Friday, so things could be very interesting. Interesting storylines playing out. Some doors that are closing, some doors that are opening. So let's see how this week ahead looks like for you, the next 7 days for Leo. Give me the overall energy. We have the shadow, and it is trying to flip out in the reverse. It is giving sort of like, what are you hiding from? You can't outrun your shadow. There's something that you could be unmasking or coming to some sort of realization, clarity, but it's something that has always been there. It's always been there. It can't not be part of you, or it's like, the shadow. No matter where you go, there's always going to be some sort of shadow. When there's light, there will be a shadow. What's at the bottom? Shapeshifter. In the reverse, is there something in your life that you're trying to push or force that you have been struggling with adapting or embracing this change or this transition? There could be this resistance, denial for some of you. If this isn't you, this could be somebody that you're connected to or someone that's around you with a shadow. So yeah, very eclipsey energy. I want to get one more. This could be you integrating your own shadow. We have the ring. Some sort of hidden commitment, hidden relationship for some of you. This could be about a promise that you've made but you haven't verbalized, or it hasn't become official. A shadow with the ring. This does feel like a hidden relationship, though, for somebody out there. Maybe there's somebody that you have feelings for, but you haven't expressed it, or you've kept it under wraps. There could be something about a third party. I don't normally read for that, but if it comes out, it comes out. I have to talk about it. I'm getting, honestly, the image in my mind's eye of someone who has like a wedding band and they take their ring off to pretend that they're single. Or reverse, someone who is single that wears a fake wedding ring. Something, I don't know, I'm getting something about potential lies or secrets. What's at the bottom? The river. So river with the ring. It's kind of like fight or flight. Do I want to make this commitment? Am I ready to settle down, or do I need more freedom? Something coming up about divine timing. The cave in the reverse. There's a hesitation. I'm getting a hesitation from you, Leo. There's something that is kind of telling you, hold up, slow down before you get into any big commitments, contracts, relationships, agreements. You need to take a look at the fine print. Get more information, get more details on whatever this is, because it may not all be what it seems. Not all that glitters is gold. Fool's gold. But I get something about secrets that keeps coming through. You may have a secret, or someone has a secret. Can they keep it? Guess we'll find out. All right, tell me about the week ahead for Leo. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus placements. Tell me about this week ahead for Leo. What do my Leos need to know for this next 7 days? We have Death as your first card out, Scorpio energy. Something in your life is going to change quite dramatically, okay? This could be about you and another person. We have Gemini energy over here. Somebody that you could be going through a separation, a breakup, or you and another. All right, before we jump to conclusions, because we're going to pull more, and there's a card that's actually sticking out, but this could be a change in the dynamic between you and another. Either it's like you guys could be making a choice to go your separate ways about this ring, about this commitment, or maybe if this is something that isn't official, this is now where y'all are locking in and making it official. We have the Page of Wands, Princess of Wands, which for me, I always see this as like good news. It brings in hope. It brings in optimism. Brings in, it's like lighthearted, bubbly, passionate, fun. Let's see what's at the bottom. Temperance, Sagittarius energy. So it looks like so far is positive change. We have the Hierophant. So this is Taurus energy, and that does bring in more of that contract, committal, promises. Okay, so you could be taking your relationship to the higher level, especially if this is something that you are manifesting and building and growing, and this is something that you envision in your life. Magician and Eight of Pentacles, practice makes perfect, and patience and just being consistent, honestly, is what's going to lock this in. So this could be about maybe your studies or your money, your job, or your career path with the Ten of Pentacles. Hierophant and the Ten of Pentacles. This is a big deal. This is a big commitment. This is a big contract. This could actually be further enhancing your abundance, your financial freedom and stability. This is bringing in... It's not all about you. I feel like there's a energy of coming together with a Page of Cups at the bottom. So there could be someone that you end up sharing this. I'm hearing like dual responsibility, or it's like you share, I don't know if this is like a business, you and someone are partnering up. If there are talks about, you know, family or potentially starting a family, moving, buying a house together, like there's big talks, big advancements about like further success, further like your assets, inheritance is coming up, properties, estates, like things like this, like that are more tangible, seem to be highlighted here. Page of Wands, Hierophant, and the Ten of Pentacles. I would say if you're having any questions, like, am I really ready for this move? Am I ready to take this on? I think you are. But let me see. Page of Cups, Queen of Wands, Temperance. Yeah, I see like an attractive offer. Emperor. I see an attractive offer, or there's like the initiation that leads to a lot of potential, because pages are all initiation energies. It's like a miniature ace, right? So this does look like if you take the right steps, if you go about this the right way, this does lead to something long-term, something stable, something long-lasting. It is going to change your life, though. I would say it's going to directly impact your day-to-day routine. Your routine might be different than how it is currently this next week. So this eclipse energy, we're locking in next 6 months, your whole life is like definitely upgrading into new levels of success and... Again, like financial stability. Some of y'all may be starting a new job, going back to school, getting your certificate or degree or like master's, or there's something that you're becoming really skilled at. There might also be someone that comes into your life in this next week who is like someone that you can learn a lot from, somebody that is going to help you evolve and grow and get out of your head. Some of you experience a lot of negative self-talk, or you just overthink things. And with this Nine of Swords in the reverse, this is now clarity and confidence, or like coming into confidence. It's still new. This Nine of Swords in reverse, there's still some like little voices in the back of your head saying like you might suck at this, or what if it goes to shit, or maybe whatever, like, you know. But for the most part, you're like shooting it down. Queen of Wands, you just got to step out of your comfort zone, because Queen of Wands, she does like her comforts. She likes to be around things that make her feel safe and seen and secure and relax. So I do feel like you're easing into whatever this is. Temperance, again, Temperance keeps popping out. This is like the third time we've seen Temperance at the bottom. So it feels like you're just in this natural flow state, not pushing, not forcing, just allowing, and not so worried about how it's all going to happen or when is it all going to happen. Like you really seem to, you're in surrender mode. Messages for Leo this week ahead. We have Justice and the Five of Cups. There's a situation where you could have been hurt or done wrong, or just like a disappointment, right? Something maybe didn't go according to plan, or you had this high hopes, high standards, high dreams, and for whatever reason, maybe it didn't work out exactly the way you had envisioned, and you know, a little bit, I don't know if I want to say devastating. Maybe that Nine of Swords could make it a bit dramatic. In the moment, it might feel devastating, but then like after a couple days, couple weeks, you're like, yeah, whatever, life goes on, is what it is. Justice tells us that we've learned a very valuable lesson, and it's kind of, this outcome is fair. You might disagree with this Five of Cups. You might disagree, but the thing is, not all is lost. there's still something that is standing. There's still something that you can gain. There's still, like, not all is lost. And it is really just like a matter of perspective. And whatever that didn't work out, whatever that maybe fell through, it is realignment to something much better, much greater. Like, you're worthy of so much more than whatever that was. And so we learn lessons through painful experiences or uncomfortable experiences with this Five of Cups. It could be kind of shitty in the moment, but I think even deep down, like, everything's always working out for you. Justice will be served. Like, if someone did do you wrong, or if there were some hurt feelings, like maybe there's apologies, right? We do have a couple pages over here. Let's see, Star, Ace of Wands, Hangman. I'm seeing you're redirecting your energy and focusing on, like, taking back your power, taking back your reins, and focusing towards things that light you up, things that you're passionate about, things that, you're turning this notion, this intense feelings into, like, fuel. And yeah, it's a nice shift in your attitude, I would say. With this Ace of Wands and the Star, this is something that your soul is, like, meant to do. It's part of your purpose. It's part of your, I almost want to say, like, your soul spiritual blueprint, like something that you've been destined to do and achieve in this lifetime. And I feel like with the Hangman, you really needed that perspective shift, or the situation that left you brokenhearted or heavy-hearted, blue, disappointed. Like, this kind of pushed you into this new mindset, this new energy, this new, like, belief about yourself, about your life. Like, it seems like it kind of turned your life upside down, but it was needed. It was a much needed shift. And now it's like you're being reborn, or it's like renewal energy. This is Pisces, by the way. Lunar eclipse is in Pisces. We have Libra and Taurus and Scorpio out in here in this reading. Yeah, some of you could be looking at a potential something, and you could be recognizing, like, it's just not for me, or the potential was there, but it never really amounted to much. It didn't really go that far. Or you could just be recognizing, like, yeah, it's just not something I want to commit to right now, or ever. That's okay. Realizations about promises, and maybe getting better at saying no and setting a boundary, or walking away when it's not serving you. Okay, is there anything else for this week ahead before we, like, clarify anything? Four of Wands in reverse. This is like shut doors, closed doors, something that you're not accepting anymore. Just because somebody rings your doorbell doesn't mean you have to open the door and let them in. You have permission to reject, or to be like, not available, no thank you. You don't even have to say thanks. Eight of Swords, and you're like, don't feel guilty about that, right? Eight of Swords and the Four of Wands reverse. You could be feeling like maybe you're scared to let people in. There's like a fear of vulnerability, or fear of opening up, or for some, maybe even asking for help. Let's see, Eight of Swords, the Fool, and the Two of Pentacles, and the Lover. So there's like, you're on the fence. You're on the fence about a potential relationship, commitment, contract, agreement. And this is requiring you to take a very huge step forwards out of your comfort zone, out into the unfamiliar. And it's like you lose all control. Like, this is out of your hands, and that scares the shit out of you, right? Some of you could be moving, or you're kind of being pushed to live somewhere new or start a new job. And it's kind of like you don't really want to do this, but you're being pushed in this direction. And, well, let's see, Lovers, King of Swords, the Empress. I do see, like, steady growth, but it requires a lot of planning and intention and discipline. And so, yeah, you might be kind of closed off to something initially. Let's see, anything else for this week ahead for Leo? Queen of Swords, okay. And Queen of Wands, she's back here at the bottom. So Queen of Swords is somebody who really just sticks to the facts. That was funny. I just dropped the card. She really just sticks to the facts. Facts, not fiction. Reality, not potential, like, fantasy, you know. She comes up with a plan, she's very disciplined, she is good with communicating her ideas with others, and she listens very well too. She can pick up on signs and hints, you know, like she reads between the fine print. She can observe and pick up on people's body language, or she can draw her own conclusions. She doesn't need to be spoon fed. That's a way to put it. That's for damn sure. So very precise, very sharp, maybe a bit aloof or detached. Some people might be saying you're a bit cold. Again, it's just like, just because someone knocks on your door doesn't mean you have to let them in. This is your home. This is your space. This is your environment. This is your body. This is like whatever. You can say no. Doesn't make you an asshole. And if anybody tries to make you feel bad for saying no, they're the asshole, okay? So Queen of Wands, 10 of Wands, and the Magician, you have a lot on your plate. Jeez, Leo, you got a lot on your hands, a lot on your plate. A lot of pressure. You might not, it's like, there's a lot of pressure to be perfect, but I think you just need to just believe in yourself and know that you're good enough as is. And whatever it is that it does feel like you're kind of, there's this desperation with the 10 of Wands and not the Empress, the 10 of Wands and the Magician. It's kind of like there's this desperate push, like, but it's coming to a point of like burnout, or watch out of burnout and exhaustion. There could be someone that, maybe it's somebody of the same sex, right? We got two queens over here. Could be somebody that is of the same sex, and maybe y'all aren't on the greatest of terms, or, well, someone's very warm and bubbly and someone's very cold and detached and dry. So dry ice, a little bit smoky, foggy. 10 of Wands, the Magician, and the 5 of Pentacles. Yeah, there could be someone who wants to reconnect with you, and you may not be on the best of terms with them, and they kind of need to like step up or make some changes. And it doesn't look like it's the easiest path, but if they wanted it bad enough, then they would. If they want to, they will. That sort of thing. So don't drop your standards. Keep them nice and high, and your boundaries. And yeah. Okay. So lots of different messages. Obviously, use your discernment. We'll clarify some of this. And first of all, I do want to go back to the oracle cards, like the shadow. I do want to know more about this. Like, is there anything that is hidden that you're not aware of? Let's look into that question specifically. Is there anything Leo isn't aware of that's going on, like behind the scenes, that could be important? Why is the shadow here for Leo? Talk about the shadow. Knight of Swords. Tell me more about the shadow for Leo this week ahead. 8 of Wands, and and then they gave me these. 8 of Wands, 8 of Pentacles, Queen of Swords, Wheel of Fortune. Okay. So first of all, double cards talking about like communication, news, messages, invites, lots of, a lot of talking, okay? Over this next week, probably gonna get some important phone calls, or you're booking some appointments and meetings. Like there's gonna be a lot of that's gonna probably occupy a lot of your time, and a lot of like mental, like you need to be very sharp when it comes to receiving information as well as giving and delivering information. You need to be very sharp and on point, and you need to listen and observe to like what is being shown, what is being discussed versus what isn't. What someone's saying versus their actions. Okay, so communication is highlighted big time. And we got double 8, so maybe this goes back to 8-8. Maybe your birthday was on the 8th of August. But this could be talks about money talk, right? We got this money bag over here. This could be all about business. This could be like strategy, how to further your business success, how to bring in more clients, how to bring in more, just more numbers, more improvements, more expansion. Okay, how can you all collaborate, work together to heighten the success of this, where things are going? There does seem like an energy of rushing, but then like it's like don't brush over certain things we need to take a closer look / a fine tooth comb. We go from the Knight of Swords to a Queen of Swords, which if we're just talking about like the situation, not talking about like you and someone else, there is a progression from a Knight of Swords to a Queen of Pentacles. So that's actually now, or not Pentacles, Swords. That's actually the next level. So this does look like missing information when it comes to these plans, promises, commitments, whatever that was like secretive or lurking or lack of just uncertainty. There's more information now. It allows this to unfold and discover like where things are going, or you're getting a clearer picture, a clearer understanding of what lies ahead or what's next as things progress, which we do have a Wheel of Fortune. Let's see. Someone may want to work with you, or someone may want to like choose you, like you're being chosen, you're being selected, but you may need to raise your price. Queen of Swords and then this Eight of Pentacles, like raise the prices. Some of y'all, maybe when it comes to like the business that you have, what do you offer, services that you offer, there could be something you're needing to raise the price, or like, because high quality, higher price, higher quality, higher pricer, whatever, you know, the higher the price, the better the quality, supposedly. You know, we all know there's some scamming assholes, like high dollar, but it's shit quality. So definitely Queen of Swords, she will inspect, she will ensure that the quality is up to standard, that is up to par. So is this Knight of Swords a good match for this Queen of Swords? It's not bad, but could be better. Could be better. If that's a question that you have, could be better. They could grow from a knight to a queen. They do have the room to grow, and they are quite quick at learning. Maybe you're training somebody. But I would also feel as if someone could be asking you for help, or you could be in high demand, basically. So again, if you're in high demand, raise your standard, raise your prices, raise them, baby. But yeah, Queen of Swords and the Wheel of Fortune definitely feels like the ball's in your court. You have a strong say, or you could be like the director of how things pan out. Seems like you could be the boss or the leader. This does feel very businessy, or it doesn't really feel like personal, lovey, romantic stuff. It feels more like worky stuff, or serious talks, serious matters, even if it's between you and your lover, but it's like talks and big discussions about where things are going, and like money and investments and planning ahead for future stability and long-term success. Tell me about the ring. Whoa, hold up. These cards are in the reverse. I don't feel called to keep them, and I did kind of just knock them, but I did see an Eight of Swords in the reverse, so it does feel like a mental relief. Because you're getting information that will help you determine whether or not it's time to put a ring on it, or it's like, do you want to propose, or do you think you should wait before you pop the question, before you say yes? Because this could definitely change your life. Tell me more about the ring for Leo. We have the World. You might have some completed contracts coming to an end over this next week or so. Do you wish to continue? Do you want to resign? Do you want to renew? Is it time for a change? Tell me more about the ring. Nine of Wands. I think it's time for a change. Tell me more about the ring. Take the ring off and just throw it into the river, throw it into the ocean. I'm just kidding. Tell me about the ring for Leo and the High Priestess. Well, you're gonna know deep down. I think this probably will just confirm for whoever that's been on the fence. It most likely is like you're cutting ties, or the Tower's at the bottom. You may be just saying, nah, ripping that contract up. It's done. It's completed. It's finished. I've done my business here. I've done all I can, and it's time to just like clear a direct path away from this and make a new something new. Whatever that is, don't know. It's not specific enough right now, but literally this is saying like door is closing. You taking that blade, and it's in both these cards, which is interesting, right? You're taking that blade, you cutting whatever attachments or loose ends or just like any clutter. You clearing that direct path, cutting losses. High Priestess, and you could have sensed this coming for a while. And again, that's that Pisces energy, that lunar eclipse, Pisces, last lunar eclipse in Pisces of this chapter of eclipses from 2025. So there's that. Change definitely is in the air. So let me see. Tower, the moon, and the 5 of Wands. I do feel like this is the catalyst of like a big push in your life, Leo. I wouldn't be surprised if some of y'all this has not happened just yet. This is like this next week, or as we get closer to that full moon, there seems to be just kind of like fucking burn it down to the ground. Let's start fresh. Let's start over. Let's move on. Been doing a lot of reflection here, a lot of introspection, looking at things from so many different perspectives, right? We saw Hangman earlier. It's time to burn it down to the ground. There's this clearing of the subconscious beliefs and patterns, deeply rooted stuff that you're healing and letting go. Wow. Okay. Taking a look into death. It's a big time for you, Leo. And I'm not surprised. I'm really not surprised. This next year for you is going to be very life-changing. Just with so much going on in the stars, astrologically speaking. This next year for Leo placements. It's a big one. Tell me more about death for Leo this week ahead. Yeah, it's just kind of like you're reaching a turning point. There's no going back. Who you are, who you've been, who you are becoming. Ooh, look at this. 2 of Pentacles is at the bottom. Someone that you are quite a nice match with. So there's this new start. There's this new beginning. New contract has been unlocked. New agreements, new talks, new ideas, new visions. And it's like very passionate and inspirational and exciting and very like driven and motivating. Like this is something that you just enjoy. I see it brings in a lot of pleasure, and you also enjoy who you're doing this with. And I don't think you're going at this alone. 2 of Pentacles, 6 of Cups, and also 6 of Pentacles. So this might be someone that you go back in the past with. This could be someone that's familiar. Maybe if you don't know this person from your past, your souls know each other from the past lives. There might be some familiar souls that you connect with during this time, during this next month or so, even as we enter September. Divine timing is a massive factor here. When we look at the 6 of Pentacles, it's this grandfather clock. It does feel like it is a countdown because this is all with death, right? So we all know no one makes it out of here alive. What happens on earth stays on earth. But there's like natural life and death when it comes to here. This life we live, everything has a cycle. Every living thing has its cycle, its time, its season. And it seems as if there's this, as one door is closing, another door is opening. And it's just like there's this beautiful transition taking place. Page of Wands, and how do you feel about this? Page of Wands for Leo. I think you're open to this. It is the 9 of Cups in the reverse, which tells me, like, it kind of goes back to what we saw with that 5 of Cups, where you could be a little, like, sad or disappointed or kind of like, oh, like, dang. But, look, the 3 of Wands, it's like change of plans, Justice, 10 of Cups, redirection to something better, something that it's going to really, like, it's just building off something you've already had. It's like you're going to experience something similar but grander. But the 9 of Cups in reverse and the Page of Wands, I think like you're trying your best to remain positive minded, like optimistic and hopeful. But that 9 of Cups reverse sometimes can bring in like you're not fully satisfied, or like not all your needs are being met, and that's okay. And you need to acknowledge that if that's how it is. Like you need to acknowledge it, not ignore it. Tell me about the Hierophant. Three of Pentacles. Be intentional of where you're putting your thoughts and your energy and where you're making changes. We have the Three of Pentacles, Tower, and Death. Be very intentional of where you're pouring your attention, your energy, your time, your money. Everything right now is so important that you continue to keep watering the seeds that you planted, even if you're not seeing results, right? We look here, we have only one bloom. This one just barely making it out of the ground. This one, barely anything, right? And you're like, well, where is it? Where's the fruits of my labor? I've been putting in all this energy and all this effort. And I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck, man? What the fuck, Jade? Death and, or not the Death card. The Tower and the Devil. This is where you can get really hung up and controlling and like obsessed, being like you're checking every day. Where is my plant? Where is it? I've been giving it water. What's the fucking problem? Like, so, teaching you a little bit of patience and teaching you how to lessen the grip and not be so damn controlling for some of y'all, right? Being controlling with these puppets on strings. It's like, this is teaching you patience. This is teaching you to detach. This is teaching you to get the fuck out of your head and stop overthinking or thinking like a billion years into the future. Okay, that's dramatic, but like, yeah, Nine of Swords, Strength, and the Queen of Cups. It's like your mind versus your heart. Your mind is pulling at you. Your heart's pulling at you. It's just like overwhelming. It's just like, sit the fuck down. Sit your ass down. Devil in the Tower. It's kind of like a humbling teaching moment and experience, and there could even be someone that's calling you out on your shit. Or you could be doing that to someone that's nearby. You got a little Hierophant here, can represent a person that is old or wise and more experienced, and they help us grow and they teach us really important things. So sometimes Hierophant represents a person that you're going to come into contact with, and they may humble you a little bit and be like, hey, Leo, guess what? You don't know everything. You're like, oh, but I do. But guess what? Maybe you don't. Maybe you don't. And that's okay. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to fuck up. Don't give yourself a hard time about it. Just move forwards and do better. Ten of Pentacles and the Nine of Swords reverse. This is where I feel like you're coming into yourself a bit more, or you're starting to settle in. It's like a new place, new environment, new energy. It's like as if this would be, for some, you're entering a new workspace. Everyone knows each other, but you're the new person. Or same, like if you're moving, you know, all the neighbors know each other, but you're the new guy. It's like you're starting to fit in, or you're starting to get more comfortable. Being more comfortable with being uncomfortable. Like getting out of your comfort zone. That was a big thing. Talking about Ten of Pentacles, Nine of Swords reverse. Especially if you're coming into a lot of money or wealth, it's something that you might not be used to. And maybe like you grew up your life struggling or not having enough. And so now that you're finally like established and you finally have more than enough, there might be that subconscious fear that like it's all going to just disappear or go away, or there's going to be some big fat bill at the end of the month, or, you know, so it's about shifting your, like being, first of all, observe whatever thoughts that are coming up, observe the shadow, observe the trigger, observe the wound, the pain, whatever that still lingers. But then it's like you always have a choice, like you can redirect, refocus. Ten of Wands, or Ten of Pentacles, Nine of Swords. It's not Ten of Wands, it's like you gotta let go. You're clinging on, holding on, and it's just like weighing you down, slowing you down, making things way more difficult than necessary. So yeah, we have a Ten of Swords. Whatever that needs to come crashing down, whatever that needs to end. I don't know why I say crashing down. That's a bit dramatic, but Ten of Swords, it does bring definite endings. Things that are not in alignment with us. It's causing pain. It's causing suffering. It's causing stress. It's not good for us mentally, emotionally, physically. This is not it. This ain't it. And so you could be realizing like, yo, I need to make some changes. This stings, right? This is like a wasp. This stings, and it's going to continue to keep stinging. You know, bees, they sting once. That's like their final defense. They're gone. They kill themselves by doing that. Wasps, they can keep on stinging again and again and again and again. So it's like, this isn't going to change. Don't know who needs to hear that. It's going to keep on stinging you until you realize, okay, I'm fucking done being stung. I've had enough of the poison, enough of the venom. I'm tired of feeling burned by this thing, experience, person, whatever the fuck, I am finally stopping myself from furthering this suffering. It's not necessary. It's not necessary anymore. Seven of Swords, the Sun, and the Four of Cups. Again, it is like there's like sad, disappointed vibes, a bit blue, a bit heavy, because you look back at when it was really good, but that wasn't all the time now, was it? And the brain, the good old brain, likes to trick us, likes to delete and distort memories and make us second guess a decision that we need to be logical about, which, hello, Queen of Swords, you will be logical about this. I think you will be logical about this. How many times do you have to go through this over and over and over? How many times do you have to experience this dramatic, uncomfortable, painful lesson, different places, different faces? It doesn't matter how many times you want to go through this. And are you ready to evolve into something new, something different? That's this eclipse season where it's like, hey, you're ready. You've made it. You can choose differently. But it's your call. It's your life. It's your choice. It's your free will. But just because the door is unlocked doesn't mean that you have to walk through it. Not all doors are meant for you to walk through. Some doors are meant to stay closed. Just because someone has unlocked it. Use your discernment, Queen of Swords. You want to walk through that door? You want to take another chance on that? It's up to you, dude. Let me look into this Queen of Swords. Oh, fuck, and I gotta go. We're almost at like 40 minutes. What the hell? Time goes by real fast. Queen of Swords. Yeah, like how many more years you want to go through this? When we saw that Six of Pentacles, it's gone. But that Six of Pentacles... How much more time are you willing to wait? For some of you need to hear that. How much longer are you going to wait? Put your whole life on pause. What's this card sticking out? Ten of Pentacles. So we need to think about the bigger picture. We need to think about our investments. We need to think about like our health, our money, our root chakra, right? These are like the feet, like the bones of the feet. That it's not hands, it's feet. So it's like your root chakra. You need to remain grounded and in like practical and in reality, right here, right now. Queen of Swords. Anything else? Death. Okay. So double confirmation, death out here, and also the Ace of Cups, which is beautiful. Big life-changing stuff that is occurring, and this is affecting your day-to-day life. This is affecting your money, your mortgage for some. This is your home. This is where you live. This is your, not just your life, but your children's life, your grandchildren's lives. Like, you know, like this is greatly has this ripple effect on a lot of people that matter to you or will matter. Maybe they don't matter right now. You barely know the person, but eventually, right? Maybe right now it's surface level. You barely know them, but eventually they're going to mean a whole lot more to you than you could even fathom. Your whole life is changing. Some of you are moving. I'm seeing something about like potential pregnancies or maybe birthing, right? Maybe you're finally giving birth to the beautiful baby. Hope it all goes smooth. That's for you. Some of you, this is the energy of like selling a property or like, I think I've already said moving. Maybe you're selling a business, right? Maybe you are selling land. Like, again, that's like property and estate and all that jazz. But yeah, Queen of Swords, Ten of Pentacles. We need to be smart with our investments, with our savings, with where we are giving our time and our energy. Yeah. So lots of different messages. User discernment. You had like all the tens come out in this reading. So, and the world. Something is completing and wrapping up. And Spirit says it's time to move on. It's time to move forward. It's time to turn the page. All right. So I'm going to leave your reading here, Leo. Let me know who resonates. And private readings are available below. Have an amazing day. I'll see you later.